A website is where information is stored, where services are offered, or where products are sold for the public or private through the internet. Hello Net Revolvers. Let's now revolve around steps to follow to create your first website. There are 4 main steps while creating your website. The first is the motive behind your website creation. The second is getting the name of your website. The third is getting the place to store your website content. And the fourth is designing your website. Okay. Now, let's discuss each step in more details. The motive behind your website. Like any other business, you'll first need to discover which type of business to open in order to start. You'll first need to know that there are different types of websites. For example, blog websites, business websites, e-commerce websites, portfolio websites, forums, web applications, and many others. A blog website is where you'll be publishing articles related to the type of niche you choose. And a niche is simply the category on which you'll be mainly focused. For example, entertainment, politics, technology, lifestyle, general news, health and fitness, and so many more. Business websites. When you started your business, you may need to create a website so that more people can reach out to the products or services you're selling. For example, if you're a barber or a hotel, your website will be the place where different clients will be booking their appointments. E-commerce websites. This type of website is where you'll be selling products and in return, you'll be earning commissions for the products you've sold through your website. These are websites that allow visitors to communicate with each other by posting messages. The purpose of this website is to allow visitors to communicate with each other by posting messages and engage on different types of topics relating to certain categories or sometimes everything in general. Portfolio website is mainly created by artists, freelancers, photographers, designers, and many others. A portfolio is mainly for individuals whereby they'll be promoting the work they've done. And finally, web applications. A web application is an application software that runs on a web server. It includes online forms, word processors, spreadsheets, video and photo editing, file conversion, file scanning, and email programs. Examples include Canva.com, Gmail.com, Docs.google.com, Facebook.com, and YouTube.com are also web applications. Step 2. Getting the name of your website. This is by getting your domain name. A domain name should also be influenced by the brand name. It can as well be a standout name that will be unique and relevant, depending on what you will be writing about or which products and services you'll be offering. And what is a domain name? A domain name is simply the address of your website. It's the address that someone will enter into the internet and it will redirect the person to your website. A domain name is under a domain extension. There are different types of domain extensions. Examples are .com, .org, .online, .me, .co, .net, .world, and .africa. The ICANN is the nonprofit organization that manages all domain names across the internet. The Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, or ICANN, oversees the issuance of domain names across the world. You can check if a certain domain name is available through Whois under the link below. For example, if we search Facebook.com, it will show that the domain name is already taken and under which company it's registered. Same as Untitled.com and TheGuardian.com. And how do you get your own domain name? You can do that through these companies. All their links are in the description below. Step 3. Getting the place to store your website, also known as hosting your website. After getting your domain name, you'll probably want a place to store your content so that it's accessible through the internet. And for this, you'll need a hosting company. The hosting companies have servers. And what is a server? A server is a device or software that provides functionality to other computer programs and their users, referred to as clients. In general, the computer or device on which the server program is run is mostly known as a server. And you might be wondering, why not buy your own server? Buying a server is expensive, and that's before adding the maintenance cost, which is very much higher. To get your web host, make sure to check out these web hosting companies. Step 4. Designing your website. A study conducted showed that over 50% of people believe that the design of the website is the #1 factor to the website's credibility. Meaning, people trust a well-designed website, as it is the #1 thing they notice when they enter your site. You won't want to get information from a poorly designed website, would you? There are three main ways of designing a website: using a programming language, an open-source content management system, and through a website builder. Using a programming language. If you have no idea about programming languages, you can start by learning HTML followed by CSS, and after that, you'll probably have to learn between JavaScript or Python. Some prefer JavaScript, while others prefer Python for their web development. It will be upon you to choose which one to learn, after checking out their comparisons and differences. It's best to choose and master one before starting on the other one. Using a programming language has no limitations, however. It will take the most time to get your website started, and it can even be more expensive if you choose to hire a programmer to do the services for you. Using the Open Source Content Management System, or CMS. CMS are softwares like WordPress, Joomla, or Drupal. It's important to note that over 40% of the websites on the internet are powered by WordPress. The main reason why most people prefer the use of CMS, especially WordPress, is because of their drag-and-drop features. Using a website builder. This is the fastest way to get started with your website. There are some free versions of website builders like Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, and many more. However, you will have to pay to access more features in most web builders. Summing it all up, for a more professional website, consider hiring a web developer or use WordPress, as it's more easier. And that's it. Subscribe to stay alert for the part 2 as we walk you through this whole process. Thanks for watching, and check out more of our videos.